Today I'm going to be putting Clinique's Take the Day Off makeup removing range to the test. My name is Astrid and this is my beauty YouTube channel where I talk all things makeup and skincare. We do a lot of reviews, a lot of these kind of product comparison videos. So if that sounds like your cup of tea, make sure you subscribe and stick around. Obviously today we are going to be focusing on Clinique's Take the Day Off makeup removing range, which I'm really excited about because the original Take the Day Off balm has been my go-to makeup remover for years. So I'm excited to try out the rest of the range and see how they compare. I've just realised I'm wearing a matching jumper to the packaging. That was a complete accident. My aim with all of these videos is to help you work out which of these products are worth your hard-earned money. So we're going to talk about what Clinique claims they do and how I think it holds up to those claims, how effective they are at cleansing your face and makeup removing in my own personal experience, including my first impressions and my thoughts after prolonged use as well. So let's see which one comes out on top and if any can beat my favourite cleansing balm. But as I always say, I'm not an expert, I'm just a person with skin and opinions, and I'm going to share those opinions with you, but I would love to hear yours as well. If you have ever tried any of Clinique's Take the Day Off makeup removing range, please put your thoughts in the comments below. Let us know whether you liked the products, whether you didn't, or which one was your favourite, so that we can all scroll down and learn together, because obviously everyone's skin is different, so the more opinions we can get, the more valuable that becomes. And lastly, give this video a thumbs up if you find it useful so I know to make more just like this one. And without further ado, let's get going. Clinique's Take the Day Off makeup removing range consists of 5 different products. So we've got the Take the Day Off makeup remover for lids, lashes and lips. We've got the Take the Day Off cleansing balm. This tub is very well loved, as you can see. We've also got a charcoal version of the Take the Day Off cleansing balm that they released a few years ago. We've got a Take the Day Off cleansing oil, and lastly the Take the Day Off facial cleansing mousse. This is one that they released most recently, I believe. Every product is designed to remove makeup and dirt, leaving your skin fresh, clean and hydrated. And as with all Clinique products, they are all allergy tested, dermatologist tested and fragrance free. They all obviously feature this lovely lilac packaging. I love this colour, but that's enough about their similarities. Let's focus on what makes them so different and how you can work out which one you want to spend your money on. We're going to start off with the makeup remover for lids, lashes and lips. I believe this is the oldest one. I remember my mum having this when I was a kid. This is Clinique's best-selling makeup remover and it promises to whisk away eye and lip makeup without tugging or pulling. If you're a long-time Clinique fan like me, you've probably received countless samples of this. They love to hand these out in like bonus time bags or as gifts with purchase. So that is what I've got here, but if you purchase this, it comes in 2 different sizes at 2 different price points. They say it's suitable for all skin types, all the way from very dry right up to oily, and this is an oil-based product, so it feels really nourishing and it's really good at removing waterproof makeup. Enough talking, it's time to try it out. Okay, welcome to my bathroom for the first product testing section of this video. Basically this is an oil-based formula, so we do have a separation between the oil and the water here. I can't remember which is which. Is water heavier or is oil? But so you have to give it a really good shake before each use, and you'll notice once you shake it, it sort of turns this like milky colour as the oil and the water work together. And the fact that it has that oil in it means that it's really good at breaking down waterproof makeup. I'm going to use a cotton bud and I'm just going to pour some of this onto the cotton bud. I will say I always end up using several cotton buds for this. What I'm going to focus on first of all is my eye makeup, because as you can see I'm wearing fairly heavy eyeliner today, nothing crazy but you know, something that I would normally have to scrub out. So what I'm going to do is take my cotton, what's this called? Cotton pad that has been covered in the makeup remover, and I'm going to place it over one of my eyes and hold it there for about 20 seconds. Sometimes I sort of move it around a tiny little bit, but not very much at all. And then you'll find that you can sort of give it a little swipe, and that will really take off the vast majority of stuff. Even if I've got like bright green eyeshadow on, it honestly takes like one big swipe and then just sort of a little bit of a touch up to go in. I then always do make sure to use the other side of the cotton pad as well, so I'm not being too wasteful. But like I said, this is definitely a 2 to 3 cotton pad job, which is probably a downside of this one for me, because it is the only one from this range that requires me to use like non-reusable cotton pads. So like it's an extra expense, I suppose, even though cotton pads are very cheap. But also it takes up extra space. It's just an extra step, it's something extra lying around, and of course from an environmental standpoint it's not the best either, so that is a factor. However, it really does do a very good job of that heavy eye makeup removal. As you can see, it has taken my eye makeup off, no problem. Maybe got a little bit of mascara still on this eye, but if I literally just really gently wipe it over a few times, it will just lift it. It's so good. It's really good if you've got dry skin especially. It really leaves your skin feeling very like hydrated. That being said, it is quite oily and you can feel that on the skin, so if you don't like a kind of oily residue, then this probably isn't going to be your fave. I'm not going to use it all over my skin because it's obviously called lids, lashes and lips, and personally I find that if I use this on my entire face, my skin just feels quite oily and it definitely leaves a residue behind that I personally find quite difficult to get off. It's a very like heavy hitter when it comes to like heavier eye makeup. Same with lips. If you're into your like matte, quite dry lipsticks that are really hard to come off, this will be really good because that oil really breaks the makeup down, takes it off, and around your eye area it leaves it feeling really soft, and same on your lips as well. So like it definitely is really good for what it is made for, but personally I wear a lot of foundation and stuff. I would never be able to have it as like my only makeup remover, but that is really my only complaint, that I'm lazy and I like to just have one product that does everything. But I do like to have this one in my cupboard for the occasions when I'm wearing a bit more makeup and I feel like I need something a bit more heavy duty to take it off. It's a good one to have in the toolkit. I feel very qualified to talk about my experiences with this product because, as I said, I have been using it for years. I find that it takes off really stubborn eye and lip makeup pretty easily, and it leaves my skin feeling really nourished and soft, and it also doesn't irritate my eyes at all, which is obviously very important with an eye makeup remover, but it is not something I take for granted because that is not always the case. For me, this is not necessarily an everyday makeup remover because I am inherently lazy and I like to have one product that does everything, and this wouldn't really be my go-to for that. But I do like to keep it in my bathroom cupboard for like special occasions. When I went to the Era store and I did really heavy eye makeup, or like when I used to do Amdram shows and I would wear a lot of heavy makeup, or even just like around Christmas when you're wearing a lot of red lipstick, this does a really good job of getting all that off with no fuss. It's also great if you want to dip like a cotton bud in and tidy up any eyeliner that's moving around. So for me, I love to have one of these in my cupboard, but it's not necessarily going to be my front runner. It's obviously a really popular product as well. It's got 4.6 out of 5 stars on the Clinique website, and 92% of people said that they would recommend it. The people who've left reviews on Clinique's website typically love the fact that it's so good at removing every trace of heavy eye makeup or lip makeup without irritating their skin. However, the lower rated reviews, which there aren't very many, but the handful of them, seem to really take issue with the bottle design. They say they find it really difficult to get into, and that is because there is a childproof cap. So you have to push it down and then twist and then unscrew it. I personally can't say I really have any issues with the bottle particularly. I get that the childproof cap is like a bit clumsy and awkward, but with such a thin oil-based product, I would so much rather have it secure than have it leak in my bag and ruin everything. One review which I thought was really helpful, and it's not an angle I would have known about, mentioned that it's actually really great for removing the sticky residue left behind after using HRT patches used to treat the symptoms of the menopause. I assume that means it would also be handy for like removing plasters or like tit tape and stuff like that. So it's a bit expensive to buy just for that, but it's good to know if you've got one in your cupboard. Let me know what you think of the lids, lashes and lips makeup remover in the comments. But now we are going to move on to the Take the Day Off cleansing balm. The Clinique website says that this is their #1 makeup remover. I'm not sure what the difference is between them saying the last one was the best-selling makeup remover versus the #1, but this was really new to Clinique when I worked there, and I remember definitely selling a lot of these, more than the other ones I would say. The Clinique website says that this silky balm formula gently dissolves long-wearing makeup, SPF and pollutants. It's suitable for all skin types and safe for sensitive skin and sensitive eyes. It is ophthalmologist tested and, as always with Clinique, dermatologist tested as well. In terms of ingredients, this contains safflower seed oil, which helps to break up your skin's natural oil while removing all your makeup. It's also an emollient, so it leaves your skin feeling really soft and nourished, and your lashes and brows as well apparently. It also comes in 2 different sizes. So we've got 125ml, this costs £34, or more recently they've brought out the jumbo one, which is 200ml for £48. And I've realised I should be buying that one because it is much better value for money. Good evening everyone. I am in my mum's bathroom right now and it's actually 2 days before Christmas, fun fact, hence the Christmas jumper. But it's time for another, well, first impressions, but as we know, I've been using this product for years. This actually could not be further from first impression. But I'm going to use it and I'm going to tell you everything I love about it. I've actually got a fresh new pot here, which I'm very excited about. So, just dig our finger in. It's nice and soft. And I tend to use about this much, so like pretty much a fingernail worth, fingernail length anyway, and I could probably use less, but this just makes everything go a little bit quicker. So I rub it in my hands first, which turns the balm into more of an oil, and then I always just go straight in with my eyes. I don't really know why, but immediately the product feels really like soft and silky on the skin. There's like no friction whatsoever, so even as I'm rubbing my hands straight over my eyes, it just, like, everything just glides. Makeup glides off, my hands glide over my skin. And I tend to do a few little circular motions around my eyes just because I have all that eye makeup on. I need to get off. And then some sort of flannel or face cloth. I'm at my mum's right now, so these are my mum's ones. Get it nice and damp. I'm excited to show you what a good job this does, honestly. So, the face makeup comes off literally immediately. Even my brows, I kind of put a little bit more pressure on them. They come straight off. The eyes sometimes take a tiny little bit of working. I feel fairly confident that with this, I could remove even heavy makeup in 1 minute. Here we go, look, I have some discoloration around my eyes. It's not makeup, I just have some sort of like eczema problem going on around there at the minute, so they look super dark. But all the makeup is off my face. My skin feels really comfortable, really clean. And as long as you use a cloth and don't just try and splash your face with wet hands, it's completely mess free as well. I just realised I missed a bit around my nose. I've honestly used this in all kinds of situations. I've used it when I've had like Halloween fancy dress on. The only thing it's not great at removing is eyelash glue. It doesn't do a bad job, but there's always a little bit of residue left. But I have yet to find a makeup remover that isn't the case with. So if you know one, let me know in the comments. But here I am, ready for bed. I will forever be a fan of this Take the Day Off cleansing balm. I have gone back to this time after time over the years. I wear quite heavy makeup day in, day out. This is like my everyday look. So nothing crazy, but you know, eyeliner, brows, things that are quite hard to come off. And this really gets it off without any problems. One thing I don't like about it is that it is quite messy if you're using your hands to get it off, and then you wipe your face and it comes off all over your towels. But more recently I've been trying to use these reusable makeup wipes just with some warm water, and the warm water actually makes it feel like quite a luxurious experience, and it is then mess free. They do sell a fancy Clinique cloth that goes with this. In my opinion, I'm not the biggest fan of those actually. I feel like they don't wash very well and they look quite grubby after a while. I've had a multi-pack of these really soft ones for years now. I just pop them in the washing machine with my clothes and they stay super soft. They're really cheap. If you're looking for any like makeup removing reusable pad or wipe things, I would highly recommend these. I will pop the link in the description. They're really soft on my skin, so they don't pull or anything like that. I just think they're great. I don't really have any complaints about this. It is a 5 out of 5 from me. I like how it leaves my skin feeling afterwards. It's nice and soft and it feels pretty hydrated. But don't just take my word for it. As always, we're going to have a look at the reviews. On the Clinique website, this has 4.5 out of 5 stars and 89% of people said they would recommend it. I I would actually expect that to be higher. The vast majority of reviews are overwhelmingly positive, saying it is the best cleansing balm they've ever used, that it is brilliant at removing makeup, and I did see that some people said it's even great for eczema prone skin, so that's good to know. Everyone seems to love that a little bit of this product goes a really long way, and just how gentle it feels on the skin. Looking at the small handful of negative reviews, some people reported that it left behind a residue on their eyes or all over their face, which then caused breakouts. Of course, everyone's skin is different, so I'm not saying they're wrong or that it hasn't happened. However, it kind of sounds to me like maybe they haven't washed it off properly. If you take the time to wash it off properly with a flannel or something like I mentioned, then you shouldn't really be experiencing any sort of lasting residue with this. And also, I used to use it all the time as a teenager and in my early 20s, like my uni era, where I had really problematic skin with a lot of breakouts, and this didn't irritate that at all for me. If anything, it was more important than ever that I was making sure that every single trace of makeup was removed from my face before I went to sleep, and this product actually really helped with that. But like I said, everyone's skin is different. I don't want to discredit anyone's opinions, so if you have tried this, let us know what you thought in the comments. And now let's move on to the cleansing oil. The Clinique website says, this powerful cleansing oil immediately dissolves tenacious face makeup, oil and impurities. I'm impressed they managed to get the word tenacious in there. Their copywriting person must have been having a field day. Apparently this easily glides on and rinses off cleanly with water, leaving no residue behind. It's suitable for all skin types, and it just comes in the one size, the 200ml, which costs £37. But let's give it a go. Welcome to my bathroom once again. It is very late, but tonight we are going to be trying the Take the Day Off cleansing oil, and I'm excited, but this has literally just arrived today and I'm confused because I assumed this would be suitable for use on the eyes, but it doesn't say that. And usually they are quite specific with it, so I'm going to use it on the rest of my face first, see how I get on, and then I don't know, see if I want to brave it with my eyes. So in terms of directions, it says apply to dry face with fingertips and gently massage and then rinse. So that's what we're going to do. Oh, I just locked it. I like the fact that it's got this locking mechanism for starters. I really like the bottle. It feels very premium, and yeah, I like the locking mechanism. I think that's really handy, particularly because I go away overnight quite a lot because my family and my partner's family both live elsewhere in the country, so it's nice to know that this would travel well. Okay, first impression, it feels really nice. It doesn't feel anywhere near as thick as I was expecting it to feel. It's actually very, very lightweight. Oh, it's done a very good job of taking my eyebrow makeup off, which is good because I use like a gel in that sometimes is quite stubborn. Are we gonna brave the eyes? Let's try it. This is for science. This has no fragrance whatsoever, and it does feel very hydrating. Okay, it's not stinging my eyes, and it has done a fantastic job of breaking the makeup down. And then it just says to rinse it off, but if I just do it sort of with my hands, I always find it really messy because it sort of drips everywhere. So I'm going to use makeup removing towel thing again. Okay. Okay, I don't know how well you guys can see, but there definitely is a little bit of mascara residue left, but I could probably get that off. So I'm just swiping that really gently, and it is coming away. Okay, it's done a very good job of makeup removal. My skin definitely feels really soft. Softer than the others, I think. I like that a lot more than I was expecting to be honest, although around my eyes is stinging a little bit. Now, I have very sensitive eye skin, so that doesn't necessarily mean that that would happen to everyone. But that combined with the fact that this doesn't specifically say it's suitable for eyes, I'm not going to be using this on my eyes anymore, which is a shame because I only ever really buy makeup removers that are suitable for eyes as well, just because if I'm going to do my face, I want to do it all in one go. But it does feel really lovely, and I do think maybe it could be good for like the first step of a double cleanse, like in the morning or something. Yeah, first impressions are very strong. It's just the eye thing, that's the only hang up for me. First of all, I think the kind of routine of actually taking a minute to stop and give yourself a nice little facial massage is actually a really lovely way to spend your evening. Even if it's just for 30 seconds, like actually just taking that minute to kind of breathe, regulate your nervous system, massage your face, get your makeup off. It's quite a nice little ritual, and I'm definitely not saying that you have to buy this cleansing oil to be able to have that ritual, but I find on the days when I use this, I do stop for a minute and actually slow down. There's something about this formula that makes me do that. Although I do kind of miss the fragrance with this, because I'm really taking that moment to kind of breathe it all in and calm myself down. I think it would be nice to kind of have a bit of aromatherapy while we're at it. It's quite similar to the Dermalogica pre-cleanse, and that one does have a scent, and that one is suitable for eyes. So to be honest with you, if you're looking for a kind of oil makeup remover and you're not sensitive to fragrance products, I would kind of recommend trying that one instead of this one. But that being said, I do like this one, and obviously I can see the value in the fact that it's fragrance free for people whose skin might be sensitive to fragrance. Online it's got 4.5 out of 5 stars and 85% of people would recommend it, but there aren't that many reviews to choose from. I don't think this is a particularly high selling product, although I don't really see them promote it. I didn't even really know they still did it until I was looking up what products I wanted for this video. But in the reviews people did say that they like the pump bottle, and I agree with that. I think it's really easy to use and it dispenses a good amount of product, and they like the fact that your makeup just seems to melt away and there's no need for any like harsh scrubbing. The reviews also mention several other things that separate this from similar things that are available from other brands, including the fact that it's fragrance free, because not a lot of cleansing oils are, and also the fact that it doesn't contain any pore clogging ingredients, meaning it's suitable for acne prone skin as well. Some people in the reviews say they prefer the balm, others say they prefer the oil, and a couple of people have even said they find the oil less oily, which is interesting, but I do actually know what they mean. It's like, it's a lot lighter than the balm is. That being said, I will say there's no one talking about the oil in the reviews of the balm, but everyone's talking about the balm in the reviews of the oil. And yeah, when I read those reviews, I saw a response from Clinique to one of those that it's not intended for use around the eyes, so that answers that question, which is so annoying. I say it again, what is the point in having a makeup remover that can't take eye makeup off? I feel like that could have been more explicit as well, because, you know, forgive me, but if I am buying a makeup remover, I'm buying it with the assumption it can remove my makeup. The cleansing balm was so popular, it was only a matter of time before Clinique brought out a sister product, and so a couple of years ago they brought out the charcoal cleansing balm. It looks very similar to the original cleansing balm apart from the colour, because this one on the inside is black. It comes in just one size, so it's £34 for 125ml. It still contains that safflower seed oil to help remove your makeup and leave your skin feeling nourished, but added into this one is the Japanese charcoal, which is a purifying ingredient which helps deeply cleanse and detoxifies pores. It promises the same great makeup and dirt removal, but with the added benefit of that detoxifying charcoal ingredient. And it's also worth noting that while the original balm is suitable for all skin types, this one's not suitable for very dry skin. This is for dry combination to oily skin. It is time for the charcoal cleansing balm. So immediately, when I get it out of the pot, the actual balm itself, like this bit here for example, is quite solid. Like it almost cracks into the bits that you take off. If you see, can you, it looks like cartoon coal. Do you know what I mean? So it is quite different in texture from the original, and what I'm gonna do is mush it all up together in my hands first. As you can see, it's got that really dark grey / black colour to it that always makes me scared for my towels in case it goes everywhere. But I always start with my eyes, I don't really know why. And I just do little circles so that the balm has a chance to turn into an oil and really break down that makeup. I am pleased to get this makeup off today. It's been a long day. When you first open your eyes and look into the mirror after putting this on, it's always a little bit of a jump scare. And then I'm just going to use one of these reusable makeup wipes to clean it straight off. The product being black is quite handy in a way because it means I can really see that I definitely got it all off. But there we go. Sometimes it takes a little bit of going over my lashes, but actually it's done a pretty good job today. So yeah, as you can see, it has done a very good job of taking my makeup off, although it has left quite a residue in my eyes, so I feel like I can't see properly. Sorry. That was probably my fault for not being careful enough. Yeah, it's done a really good job. My skin feels very clean, but I will say it definitely feels a little bit dry, which I think is the case often with detoxifying products. So often I do find when I use products that say the word detoxify, my skin ends up quite dry and tight, and that is what's happened here. So here I am, makeup removed, I'm ready for bed. A little definitely goes a long way with this. It does a very good job of getting off heavy eye makeup, and I'd say it has the same makeup removing capabilities as the original balm. I was kind of worried that it would go everywhere because of the colour, but I've not actually had that problem. Just like the other balm, I use warm water on one of those cloths, and like, yes, the cloth is covered, but obviously then it just goes in the wash and it's fine. It hasn't gotten over towels or clothes or anything like that, which I was concerned about. I have dry combination skin, so technically I do fall within the people who could use this product, and for me it's a fine product, but it's just not as nice as the original. I can't say I notice much of a difference in terms of detoxifying my skin. My pores look the same. I don't get a lot of spots anymore anyway, really, but I don't notice getting any less spots with this. So I'm not really sure if I can vouch for, yeah, the detoxifying element of it. And what I do really miss with this is the kind of soft feeling that the other one leaves on my skin. I don't hate it. Like, I went through a phase of using it for a few weeks. Look how much of the product I've used. Like, I have actually gone quite a long way through this pot, and it was fine. But then I went back to using the original balm and realised just how much I prefer it. I love Clinique, but they do have a bit of a habit of bringing out like needless sequels. This kind of feels like that to me. I don't think anyone was complaining about this balm in the first place, and unfortunately I just don't like this one as much. In my opinion, the texture is very different, and it actually feels quite different on the skin as well. The texture of this one is much less soft. If you have oily skin, by all means try this. In my opinion, if you have combination skin, I would stick with this one or one of the other options. I have seen that they sometimes do sample sizes of this, so if you did want to give it a go, it might be worth popping into a Clinique counter and asking the Clinique consultant if they have any sample pots available so you can take it home and try it for yourself and see if you like it. They might not have them, but it can't hurt to ask. I know from when I worked at Clinique, we always had a drawer of like sample size products that we could give to people if they were particularly interested in a product, or sometimes just as like a gift with purchase. If they bought a couple of items, we could chuck a little freebie in there, but it's all dependent on stock levels, so the worst they can say is no. It has 4.4 out of 5 on the website, and 76% of people would recommend it. So that is the lowest one so far. It doesn't actually have any 1-star reviews, but I think that's fair enough because I wouldn't say it's a 1-star product. I don't hate it. I just don't think it's as good as its counterpart. And all of the lower rated reviews are saying the same, that they prefer the original. And yeah, I do agree. It still does a good job. It takes my makeup off well. Like, I couldn't rate it that low, but I just don't love it. However, the positive reviews are very enthusiastic, with people saying that they noticed a really big difference to clogged pores after just one use, as well as over time. People like that it doesn't irritate around the eyes or leave you with blurry vision or anything like that, including people who report having sensitive eyes and contact lens wearers as well. And some people say it helps to minimise the appearance of large pores. Personally, I've not noticed that difference, but fair enough. If you have, I'm happy for you. And last but not least, let's talk about the newest addition to this lineup, the Take the Day Off Facial Cleansing Mousse. The mousse is a very different texture for the Take the Day Off range. The product photography looks really foamy, and it's described on the website as a silky mousse. It promises to leave your skin clean and refreshed, and rinse away makeup, sunscreen, pollution and more. It's also completely oil free, so if you like a more soapy feeling rather than an oily feeling when you're taking your makeup off, this might be the one for you. However, it's not suitable for use on eyes. It only comes in one size and it costs £27 for 125ml. Let's try it out. Welcome back to the bathroom. My eye makeup, as you'll see, is already gone. That is because the facial cleansing mousse is not suitable for use around the eyes, and I have used this product once before. I used it on my eyes because I didn't realise, and I'm telling you now, that was a big mistake. It really hurt, so I would not recommend doing that. Let's try it out for its intended use, which is the rest of your face and not your eye area. My eye area is particularly sensitive. Where are the instructions? The bottle is really hard to read because it's metallic. Use twice daily, avoiding eye area. So this is what the texture of it looks like. Don't know if you guys can see, but it's this kind of inconsistency. It's quite similar to like cake batter at first. So we are just gonna rub this all over my face. It lathers up really nicely. As you can see, it turns into a really nice like foamy texture. Like you can see, once it's on the skin and you're like moving it around a bit, the consistency of it changes completely. It feels really nice actually. It feels like a face mask. I can't see anywhere on the bottle if it specifies how to take it off, so I'm just going to use a reusable makeup pad thing and some warm water. Okay, first swipe. It's done quite a lot already. And you can definitely tell that it's doing quite a good job of taking my makeup off, because you can see my little pink skin that's normally hidden by my foundation. Yeah, it's done a pretty good job of removing my brows as well. Let's try this one. There we go. It's starting to feel a little bit tight on the skin where I've left it. It really does feel like a face mask. Like one of those kind of face masks that like dry and make your skin a bit tighter while they're still on. It is a really nice like silky foam texture though. It is exactly how they described it. I do think that's done a really fantastic job of taking my makeup off, and the foam itself was a lovely texture. That being said, I'm not a big fan of the fact that it can't take off eye makeup. I do kind of think it's a bit pointless, but so I don't know if I would spend the money on this product again when I could buy like the Balm and do like a does it all product. Personally, I just don't really see the use for it in my like makeup removing routine. That being said, I will continue to use it as a cleanser, as like the second step in a double cleanse, or to cleanse first thing in the morning. Although I will say my skin feels very clean, but it also now does feel quite tight. So I don't have super dry skin. I would say I have dry combination, but that might be worth bearing in mind, because I'm going to put on like an overnight mask or something, because it is quite drying in my opinion. That being said, as I said, it's done a really good job of taking off my makeup. If you've got oily skin and you're looking for something that is going to take your makeup off, give you a really good cleanse, this could be a good option. But in my experience, as someone with like skin on the dry side, it's not my favourite. I just hate that you can't use it on eyes. What is the point? I could use it in the mornings as the first step of a double cleanse, but when it comes to actual makeup remover, I know I keep saying it, but I would just so much rather just have one product that does it all. I do like the texture. It feels very different from the rest of the range. It's much lighter and it's a lot more like whipped and yes, soapy. If you've ever tried the Liz Earle Cleanse and Polish, it's not completely dissimilar from that, apart from the fact that it's not suitable for use around the eyes. Online, it's got 4.5 out of 5 stars and 92% of people would recommend it. Some people report their skin feeling tight and uncomfortable after using it, but on the whole, according to the reviews on the website, people love the texture and say it feels really luxurious, and I do agree with that. Again, some people say that they had no issue using this on their eyes, but I did it once and that was not my personal experience, and it's just not recommended for use around the eyes, so I would avoid. My official advice is to avoid using it on the eyes, and some people apparently don't think it's drying at all, so I think it depends on your skin type. I also saw several people saying they like using it as the second cleanse in their double cleanse routine after using one of the balms as their first step. I would say if you don't wear a lot of eye makeup and you have oily skin, this might be a good option, or if you're looking for something to do as like a second cleanse step, but it's not the one for me personally. My final thoughts, obviously it's a really popular range. Like online it's all rated between 4.4 and 4.6 out of 5. Like they are undoubtedly popular products. The highest recommended is a tie between the Lids, Lashes and Lips and the cleansing mousse, because they both scored 92%. The lowest scoring is the charcoal cleansing balm, but even then 76% of people would recommend it. Like that's more than 3/4 of people. I think all the reviews and stuff just go to show that on the whole it is a really great range, and it's so good that Clinique have given us so many options, because it means we can find our own favourite. Personally, my favourite, it's still the original cleansing balm. I can't believe I went to all this effort just to draw that conclusion. This is the one that I will continue to buy over and over, and now I'll buy it in that jumbo size. I also, as I said, do like to have a bottle of the Lids, Lashes and Lips in my cupboard for really stubborn makeup. And I did like the oil. I liked how my skin felt after using it a lot, but I just can't really get on board with a makeup remover not being suitable for around the eyes. So the oil and the mousse were both kind of fighting a losing battle, let's be honest. Personally, I wouldn't repurchase the charcoal cleansing balm. It's just too drying on my skin, and I feel the same way about the mousse. I don't like that you can't use it around the eyes, and my skin feels quite tight after using it. I honestly cannot believe I've just tried all of those to come to the conclusion that I should have just stuck with the one I was using already. But hey, at least I've tried them all now, and I can say that with confidence. We like a science experiment around here. Like I said at the beginning though, I'm not an expert and everyone's skin is different. So if you've tried any of these products, as I keep saying, please leave a comment letting us know which one you've used and what you thought of it. Hopefully this video has highlighted the difference between all the products and the different skin types that they would be suitable for, and I hope that it's helped you work out which one might be worth spending your money on. I'll link all the products I've mentioned in the description so you can go and check them out for yourself, and if you do purchase anything through those links, I will earn a very small amount of commission at no extra cost to you as kind of a kickback from the brand to say thank you for sending you. So if you do choose to purchase through those links, thank you so much for supporting me and this channel. Watching is obviously free, but making these videos can be quite expensive because obviously I bought all these products myself. So I would super appreciate you using those links if you are going to buy anything anyway, so that I can continue making these videos. Let me know what products you would like to see me talk about next. I hope you have a lovely day, and I will see you very soon. Bye guys!